Good day, everybody. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Peace. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it so very, very, very much. Really do. Today, I'm going to share my opinion with you on what I've been seeing lately, and I would really love your feedback. So please leave a comment. I'm really just trying to gather what people are thinking about. Stuff that a lot of channels have been talking about in the last 6 months, I'd say. On and off, but no direct videos that I've seen lately, but this will be one of the first. None that I've seen anyway. But what I want to talk today about is something that goes along the lines with, like, where has mud flood been, and, New Earth, and, Earth Reset, Tartaria, all these other things. But I just want to take it in a different direction. Same type of talk though, but a different direction. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this website here. Well, YouTube site channel. It's called Bright Insight. Okay, I've been subbed to this guy for a while. He's an awesome channel. I'm not here to say anything about any channel at all. Like, it's just, I'm just curious what's going on. I'm like, interesting. I must bring this up. But definitely, if you're looking for a cool channel, this is definitely one of them. So come check this out. I will leave a link in the description. But what caught my attention a while back, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and so I decided to make a video on it, is something like this right here. Now, he put out a video 5 months ago, it says here, then 4 months ago, then 3 months ago, on the Eye of Sahara. Okay, now, my thing with the Eye of Sahara is it's ginormous. It's hard to miss. I can see it from up here. All right, like you can see it from space. It's right there. All right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is it right here. This is very peculiar, I guess, land structure, rock formation found here in Mauritania. All right, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Here on the western coast of the African continent. All right, so here's my issue with this, is that I remember when the world changed for me through the Mandela effect, right? South America is a big one. It used to be right over here. Now it's over here. Many other things. But one of the very first things I came across in Africa was the Eye of Sahara. I mean, like, I'm very good at scanning the planet quickly and just, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it. But this stood out. I was like, whoa. I was like, look at this. Like 6 months into Mandela, I saw this, and I didn't make a video on it ever. It was just one of those things where I decided not to. I don't know why. And I still haven't. I talk about it from time to time, but it's a very interesting structure. Look at this. The Eye of the Sahara. And or the Eye of Africa. It's also known as that. Regardless, it's a giant eyeball. Look at that. No, it's not an eyeball, but it looks like one, right? So, it's one of the first things that stood out for me in Africa, okay? Now, I will admit it did take me a long time to find it, but I mean, I was all over the world. Like, there's still things I haven't found today that might have been there for a long time, or it's just popped up new, but regardless, I did come across this. I'm like, what is this ginormous thing? I'm looking at it, I'm like, this thing has to be like 20-30 miles across. So just a rough sketch. Yeah, look, 25. That's just rough sketch, right? And I'm like, holy cow, how long has that been here? So I was really still trying to figure out what the Mandela is, and I'm still doing that today, actually. I'm still trying to figure out what the Mandela is, but I'm like, why is this here, and how come it's not a big thing? So let's fast forward a year, probably and a half later, right? And I still go to it back and forth on my live streams, and I see other channels doing this. And then this gentleman right here, Bright Insight, makes a video saying, the lost city of Atlantis, hidden in plain sight, advanced ancient human civilization. Cool. I'm down with that. Here's the thing, all right? Here's the thing. And then he follows up with 2 other videos. Great. Good on him. No, seriously, I'm not even, like, being sarcastic. Good on him. Honestly, it's good to get info out here, but because I believe his video will lead to other things, which will lead to us. Anyway, but listen, we're looking at this ginormous structure. So I'm wondering to myself, why is it that when I became Mandela, I'm searching the world. I'm looking for many things. You know, many things I've come across which are really cool. But I came across this in 6 months. It blew my mind. Just blew my mind. Okay, I'm like, wow, this is definitely brand new. This was not from the old Earth. You know, I don't like saying that, and you guys from the Mandela know what I'm talking about, right? That definitely wasn't there. Was not a thing. Never heard of it until I got here. The Eye of the Sahara. I was like, the Eye of the Sahara? Excuse me, what? I'm not going to get into the structure of this, what it is. There's a lot of videos on it. A RIT chat structure, okay? So, here's the thing. Here's my beef. Okay? How is it that on this timeline or world, whatever, a lot of you like to call it Orion, how is it that here, this is just being, I wouldn't say discovered, but linked to city of Atlantis, and that a lot of people are just coming across this Eye of the Sahara now? All right. It's almost like it's new to them. All right. Why do I keep doing that? Jeez. It's almost like it's new to them. So this guy, Bright Insight, all right, is looking at this and is like, oh my God, he's coming across other information where they're like, oh my God, this might be the city of Atlantis. I'm like, when I first came across this 6 months after being Mandela, the first thing I thought was like, shit, this is Atlantis. Didn't take me. I mean, they slowly were discovering it over, like, I forget how long a period, but it was stamped 1930s, 1940s as this structure right here, the right chat structure, whatever. So they knew about it then, all right? And from then until now, they're just going, oh my God, this might be the city of Atlantis. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I've thought about that, like within seconds, within minutes, I'll say, within seeing it the first time a year and a half ago. Now, here's the Eye of the Sahara. All right, many photos of it. Boom. Now here's Atlantis. Look familiar? Look. I've seen lots of pictures of Atlantis before Mandela. It was a huge thing. I think on every timeline it's a huge thing. Okay? There are many depictions of Atlantis. Atlantis is depicted all over the world. There are many places a lot of people think are Atlantis. Or is Atlantis. So, I mean, if you look at this structure here, the ring structure with the canals and waterways, then you look at the Sahara, it's pretty hard not to, or it's pretty hard to deny it. You know, it's pretty hard still to prove it, but it does, you know, hold water. You know what I mean? But listen, are you telling me that this gentleman right here, Bright Insight, okay, great show, great videos, deserves of whatever he's getting from this, okay? He does this really well, okay? You're telling me that this man's job is to search the world for weird stuff like that deals with ancient history, or you can look at a lot of awesome videos. This guy, you guys know who he is. I don't need to explain who he is. You're telling me that he's just coming across this now, 5 months ago? You know what I mean? Or that 5 months ago they finally went, yeah, you know what? It's official. We actually think that this is Atlantis. That this is this right here. I'm like, wow. I mean, again, guys, like, I don't know. When I first saw this, I was like, boom, that looks like Atlantis. And then the reason why I also said that, ladies and gentlemen, is not just because I was like, oh, look at the cylinder structure of it. It's because I've known about these other islands up in the Atlantic Ocean right here, and right here. And not only did I know about those islands forming, because those did not exist before, desert water, okay? Now, when you look at these pictures right here, all these blue dots, you see these? All that's water. Look, Lake Yao, okay? These are an assortment of fresh and saltwater lakes, okay? That's another story. This, I think this is like, could be saltwater. This is fresh. How? Okay, so anyway, and it's all assorted. It's not just one and the other. It's like, look, if you go over here, same thing. All right? But they're appearing all over the Sahara Desert. Water's appearing there. This tells me that the land is changing here, ladies and gentlemen. I've showed you what's happening with northern Canada. Look at all these lakes. Okay, water appearing out of nowhere. Look. See all those blue circular patterns? They're all encircling lakes. The computer can't catch up. Look. Can't catch up. There are too many. See that? That's all of Canada. Let's go back over here. Sorry for moving around fast, just because I know what I'm doing here, and I just like zip in and out. But listen, see all those blue marks? That's all water. And then all this here, all these islands, new islands. I was like, damn. I was like, and then I saw some documentaries on how they think the center right here. La la la, la 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, I forgot those guys. La, la, la. Used to be or is Atlantis. Seen quite a few documentaries doing that. So I just went, okay, well, Atlantis used to be circular. Yada, yada, yada. Guys, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm like, damn, this might just be Atlantis. But who knows? With all this water popping up here now. So what I'm saying is like, there might be a new ocean here. I don't know. New bodies of water, new islands. I don't know. It's on you to decide. Get Google Earth, download it, okay? Venture down here. You want to see something cool? Look at this. Look at this. You zoom in. They don't show you this from up there. You have to zoom in. Look at all that. What's all that blue stuff, right? Okay. If you want to see more of this, make sure you hit my live streams every week. I cover this exclusively, extensively, right? Where did all these islands come from? So basically, let's go back to the talk here, okay? I don't want to make this something it isn't, but listen, where's the channel? So it's not just this, ladies and gentlemen. Why is he just talking about this now? This thing is ginormous. Like I showed you, it's 25 miles across. Why are they just coming to the idea right now on this timeline that that's Atlantis? That should have been thought of a long time ago. A long time ago. Look at the views he's getting. 3.5 million, 1.4 million, 2.9 million. You know what I mean? These guys are eating it up. It's like the whole world's going, oh yeah, that does look like Atlantis. I'm like, hello? You just seeing this now? So here's the other thing. Channels like New Earth, all right? And again, I am not knocking these channels, guys. I watch these channels a lot. I'm not subbed to all of them, but all of them, a lot of them I am. Sorry. But look at this stuff. It's like, where were all these statues? Guys, we've covered this video on my live stream before, okay? Look at the intricate design. This is carved from one piece of stone. Why am I just seeing this now? All the things this channel covers is insane. It's mind-boggling how much new, old, ancient stuff there is now. This was my thing. I loved watching documentaries on Egyptians, Romans, stuff on Hercules and all that stuff. It only got so far. There was only so much stuff you could watch. Then all of a sudden, there's all this ancient history. Like each video is a separate megalithic site on its own, basically. It's insane. All right? It's, where did all of this come from? Okay? And every time they cover one, everybody's just like, oh my God, that's new, that's new, that's new. I'm like, guys, how could all this be new? How could we have that many documentaries on old Earth just about, the pyramids or Stonehenge or any of these things, any of those old ones? And then all of a sudden, there's all of these other ones I've never even heard before. I can't even pronounce them. That doesn't mean anything. Just because I can't pronounce them doesn't mean anything. But it's the reason. I'm just saying I should be able to at least have some shot at saying some of these names because of repeated documentaries. I'm not getting that. I'm just like, this is all brand new. All of this. There's no way I could keep up. I wanted to do a segment on new ancient history, and I started to, then I stopped. I was like, I can't keep up with this stuff. I just can't. Like, it's next level craziness. Okay? And then not only that, we're hit with mud flood, earth reset. There's my video right there. Tartaria. All at once. All of this happened at once. And let me say something about this too. Not only did all of these things hit at once, the Mandela hit at once too. Once the Mandela happened, for me, all of these became available, except for the Atlantis. I'll say Atlantis is the only thing beside that I knew before this. All of these other things I never knew about. Tartaria, Earth reset, mud flood. All these things are new Earth. Some of these stick out. Some of these are obvious ones, like when they talk about the Egyptian stuff. But a majority of these videos, I'm just like, where did you get all of this stuff? And where was this before? You know what I mean? Where were all these ancient structures and stuff like that? It's insane. It's insane. Every time we shift, boom, there's like 10 new ancient civilizations out there. So this is the question that a lot of us have asked already: is where did mud flood come from? Where did new Earth come from? Earth reset, Tartaria. But again, just because we ask these don't mean that they're not real. Like the mud flood thing holds a lot of water, man. I'm telling you, I see buildings in my city that very questionable. All right, but anyway, I don't want to drag this video too long because I've pretty much said my point. It's just like there's something not right with these timelines. Okay, there's something going on that we haven't seen yet or taken account for yet. How could one timeline be like, okay, we found it all, which would be us, and then shift to another timeline where they're discovering all kinds of shit on a regular and it's ancient stuff and they're on a smaller planet? That's the other thing. That's all I got to say. They're on a smaller planet. And so some of you might be like, what's he talking about? I get you, man. Welcome to the Mandela effect. But the smaller the planet get, the more ancient civilizations are. That's for the Mandela peeps, you know what I mean? Every time we shift, there seems to pop up more of these civilizations, and I'm still wrapping my head around this. Why is this guy just coming to the idea now that this might be City of Atlantis? I'm like, that thing's been sitting there for a long time. Why are you just coming up with this now? You know, like it's been sitting in the desert just like this for a very long time. And people have been drawing Atlantis just like this for a very long time. Okay? Why are you just coming up with this theory now? It's the first thing I thought of when I saw this guy put out this video, and I've been thinking about this whole time. Where have all these things been? So let's remember too that when Mandela hit, all of these things came up at the same time as well. I'm not saying anything because Mandela is next level stuff, man. The most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Besides the creator. And me being here to experience that, you know. But that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. I could drag this on more and more, but I'm just finding myself repeating myself. See, I'm just repeating myself. So I'm going to end it right there. But please let me know on what your theory is and why we're seeing all of these channels just start talking about these ancient civilizations like they're brand new. And people going, wow, yeah, that is cool. And I'm like, where have you been this whole time, man? It's your timeline. It's been here the whole time. You should not be so surprised. You know what I mean? All right, guys, I love you very much. I can't wait to read the response and get your feedback. Very important. And we'll talk about this next week on live stream, right? I love you guys so very much. Catch you on next shift. Lone Eagle 112358. Love your neighbor. Peace.